Weird to me, like how you can compartmentalize plant medicine
Hmm.
advocacy like that. I mean, I know you saw it a lot because you were on
Well,
that hemp
yeah, the plant
that hemp
medicine,
war.
not this plant medicine is not always people's MO, right? Like most of these people that get into cannabis could give two shits about a medical patient the most of them couldn't tell you the therapeutic value of the plant if they wanted to. It's about $1. It's about getting people high. They're potency pushers. I'm not mad at them. It's a great business. I was in that business. I made a lot of money selling weed. I understand it. I just think that if we're talking about medicine, there's certainly you certainly should keep an open mind, especially when we're going through the opiate crisis that we're going through in this country. I mean, I'm married now. It's my second marriage. I'm my last one. My first marriage ended, but for my first wedding, I had four groomsmen, and three of them are dead,
Hmm.
and that was from opiates. My wife's brother passed away from opiates. Some of my closest friends and people that I grew up with are dope fiends. And it started off with being prescribed drugs from a car accident or an injury or whatever. And so I think that it's almost irresponsible to not be looking at kratom for its benefits. You have a plant here that stimulates the same exact receptor that an opiate does without the ability to kill you. We should be talking about that. We should be having a conversation about a national conversation about it. But we should not. But the thing
We
that
should have to also be transparent about it though as well, and it does have dependency.
for sure.
I mean, I think there's definitely a difference between physical dependency because of pain relief and
Well,
substance abuse disorder.
there's also the difference between a coffee addiction and a nicotine addiction and a full-blown heroin or cocaine addiction, right? You have that there's levels to everything. And so if you, let's say hypothetically,
It's about harm reduction, really, like at the
yeah,
end of the day.
for sure. And that comes again from responsible use, which comes from responsible selling, which comes from an educated person selling it, which all would lead back to the need for regulation.
Like you need to be able to have access, but also access to safe products.
So access is an interesting word, especially when we talk about kratom, because God forbid they do start having this national conversation. It's going to be a pharma product before it's a free market product, which makes me nervous. Just like anything that we find that's really good, they figure out a way to turn it into medicine. Force us to buy it from them and shut out all the small guys out here making supplements, and that's a whole nother podcast.
That's kind of this podcast.
Okay, well, yeah, it's a whole nother episode.
Oh, all right. Well, before we end, what do you want to promote? Do you have anything coming up with the bar or anything in particular?
Well, you can follow us on Instagram at Root City Kava. And our website is getting ready to launch, rootcitykava.com. Kava with a K, Kava, people. We're trying to build our social media up. We're looking to launch, hopefully, if all goes according to plan, with the city of Baltimore. We should be open by March 1st.
Oh yeah, really quick.
Yeah.
Why did you choose that location? Because I didn't get to talk to you about that. Where it is.
We're in the Mount Vernon neighborhood of Baltimore City. It's the Arts District. It's just a very it's a part of the city that I think people would appreciate this type of business. There's a lot of young professionals. There's a lot of I don't know, for lack of better words, like hipsters, right? And so I think that's the crowd.
No shade.
Yeah, no,
to your potential.
but I have a lot of friends that are like that. I'm just a little too ratchet, but I fit in. I get along with the people that are really well.
I mean, like cultured people.
There's a lot of friendly people. A lot of very very progressive people that are into different things. Very health conscious. So when you ask why we chose that area, it's because I think that's the place where we'll be able to serve the most people the best way. So we looked at a lot of different places, but when you're opening the first one of something, you want to do it in somewhat of a high profile location. So
First one in Maryland.
First one in Maryland, yep.
I mean, we said Baltimore. I just want to make sure it's clear.
Yeah, first one in Maryland. Yep. There is another one though that's going to be opening up in Hagerstown.
Oh, really?
Something's got to open out in Hagerstown. There's nothing there. That's why we sued the state in Hagerstown. Somebody's got to do something up there. Shout out Hagerstown. If you watch this from Hagerstown, you have a wonderful city. I love it there.
I don't think I've actually ever been to Hagerstown.
Yeah.
I used
It's
to
very,
think of all the time.
very
but-
historic. There's a lot of history there.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe someday.
I mean, I know somebody reached out to me on Instagram and said, "Hey, I want to connect with you. We're going to be fighting the good fight together." I just bought a building to open a kava bar in December, so she was planning on opening one in Hagerstown. And I think that's great. I want there to be a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Because it's just like regular bars. There's bars all over the place, but people find their tribe, they find their home, and they go there. And
Yeah.
So I'm looking to do that. One of the coolest things before we close, that I learned when I went we went to St. Petersburg to visit kava bars because that's like where it all started.
Yeah.
And one thing that was the coolest thing is there's so many kava bars. There was like 6 of them on like between 2 blocks, and all the owners knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
And if one ran out of kava or ran out of something, they could go to the other kava bar and they would support each other. I had never, especially in cannabis, forget about it. You don't see that. Mm-hmm. So, but I was like, you mean to tell me like you guys help each other? It's like,
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, it's a community, and that to me is like you say. What drew me to it is like that's different. I've never wanted to make money at the expense of people, and I've never been like the shrewd, greedy business person. I've always just kind of thought money's a reward for solving problems. You solve enough problems for people, you'll make plenty of money. And I saw an opportunity here to do the same thing and to do it in a way where that aligns with my value system.
Yeah.
So I'm really pumped.
I'm pumped as well. I'm very excited about this.
It's gonna be dope.
Thank you for.
Thanks for
doing
having me on the
this
podcast, man.
Yeah, come back anytime. I know we're gonna do more episodes.
I sure will.
Please subscribe to Rise Media.